A billionaire CEO couldn't sleep in the middle of the night and surprisingly asked his housekeeper to cook for him, with the peculiar request that she make more noise while doing so. Faced with this bizarre demand, the housekeeper thought the CEO had lost his mind, but she still followed his instructions. However, the CEO continued to complain that the noise wasn't loud enough. The housekeeper couldn't take it anymore and stormed over to angrily scold the CEO, telling him that any louder would constitute disturbing the neighbors. She also berated him for having no manners and promptly left. The CEO felt helpless, as he actually suffered from severe insomnia and hadn't slept a wink in 3 days. The CEO had tried countless methods to fall asleep, but a few days earlier, he had managed to drift off while listening to the woman cooking. That's why he had hired the housekeeper, thinking that hearing the sound of chopping vegetables would help him sleep. However, after all the housekeeper's efforts, the CEO only became more alert. Running out of options, the CEO decided to take sleeping pills, but after taking them, he found himself even more awake. With no other choice, the CEO decided to go to his company to work overtime. On his way, he stopped by a roadside convenience store and noticed a woman sleeping with her head on a table. When the CEO went over to wake her up, he awkwardly realized he had mistaken her for someone else and bought a pack of gum to cover his embarrassment. When the CEO arrived at his company, he mistook the security guard at the front desk for the woman. The CEO began to wonder if he had taken too many sleeping pills and was experiencing hallucinations. When he reached his office and found the woman working overtime there, the CEO could hardly believe it. Nevertheless, he went over and pinched her cheek. The woman asked him in disgust what he was doing. The CEO offered no explanation and simply gave the woman 2 boxes of medicine, instructing her not to spread viruses around the company. The CEO's sudden concern caught the woman off guard. To thank the CEO for the medicine, the woman offered to share her delicious instant hot pot with him. The CEO refused without hesitation, so the woman enjoyed it by herself, humming a little tune while savoring her meal. As the CEO listened to the woman's humming, he surprisingly began to feel drowsy and eventually fell asleep on the couch, something unprecedented for him. He slept until midday. When other colleagues saw the CEO sleeping in his office, they considered it a spectacle and secretly took photos to post on social media. After this series of events, the CEO finally confirmed that only the woman could lull him to sleep, so he decided to ask her to live with him. While the CEO was looking for the woman, she was eating at a noodle shop downstairs and unexpectedly ran into a high school classmate. When the classmate learned that the woman was a lawyer, he wanted free consultation and asked her about financial fraud. However, the woman specialized in divorce law and suggested that her classmate consult other attorneys. Upon hearing this, the classmate assumed the woman was trying to charge him money and attempted to emotionally manipulate her using their past friendship. The CEO happened to overhear this and went over to angrily confront the woman's classmate, who could only slink away in embarrassment. Afterward, the CEO got down to business. Learning that the woman hadn't found a place to rent yet, he kindly offered to let her share his apartment. The woman was delighted to hear this and quickly packed her belongings to move into the CEO's home.